Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're back in open session. In the matter of the appointment, I'll do these in groups unless somebody has an objection. Can I entertain a motion to appoint the 3 individuals for the position of police officer?
Second.
Okay, so we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the candidates for police officer?
I'm interested in the Ryan coming out of the box. I mean, completely different. What's your thoughts, Ben?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question. He's kind of the guy that we try to recruit, to be honest. He's got a similar story to Todd Baton. If you remember Todd's story, he was, 10 years out of high school, 12 years out of high school, thought he wanted to be an education, be in education, and decided, I've always wanted to be a cop. This is something that's, either do it now or don't do it. And so he threw out a couple of applications, and look at him today. And that's the case with Ryan. I think you saw his maturity, his intelligence, his ability to relate to people in his interview, and that's what we look for. We look for people of character. We look for people who can relate well to people, and that's what we saw in Ryan. And we want to invest in him and put him through the police academy. So, it's a unique situation, but I think we talk in our recruitment philosophy about trying to, reach out to people who are a little bit later in life. They've got some life experience behind them, maybe are looking to make a change and get into law enforcement, and Ryan fits that exact mold. I'm happy with Ryan. I think he's a really good candidate.
Good, I respect your opinion.
Thank you.
I agree, Ben. I think he's going to be great, too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I think he'll bring a whole different perspective to policing. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
it's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good. Fine. It's fine. Yeah, okay. All right, good? Okay, any further discussion on the police officer candidates?
Nope.
Okay, all those in favor of appointing the 3 individuals that were presented today?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that passes 4-0. Next, the 4 individuals that were presented for the position of entry-level firefighter paramedic. Could I have a motion to approve those 4 candidates?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion on the firefighter paramedic?
That Nathan Clark's going to be a star.
Yeah.
Nice job bringing in paramedic
Yeah.
experience.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. No further discussion on those 4 individuals. We'll vote to approve those 4 candidates, all by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, that passes 4-0. All right, in terms of the next step in the fire chief interview process, which will be the interview with the Police and Fire Commission, in closed session we discussed the top 3 candidates that we would want to move forward, with the caveat that if one of the 3 drops out, we will invite the 4th candidate that we discussed in closed session. I don't think we need a formal motion to do that at this point, do we?
It couldn't hurt.
Okay, so.
So moved.
Okay, we got a motion,
Second.
a second. Okay, any further discussion on those candidates and who we're going to invite to the interviews?
Nope.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. That passes unanimously. I just want to make note, we wish both Bob and Jeremy good luck in the process as members of that group of 3. So we look forward to the interview in coming days, and congratulations thus far. Okay, moving down the agenda now, Fire Chief recruitment update. We, in closed session, kind of went over the summary. I handed out a document that just summarized where we got to today. In that document, we also have I took the liberty of typing up what we heard from the listening sessions in terms of the ideal candidate. And then in terms of the final interview structure, I've put some notes there relative to, the interviews. We would like to structure that for about 90 minutes. I've got some ideas on that interview process based on what we heard. And I guess if there's any discussion we could have today on input from the commission on what you'd like to see or look at from the candidates, we can do that. Otherwise, if you want, you could email me your input as well, individually, not as a group, but if you email me individually, then I can work with Tony to structure the interview. The interviews are going to have a structured scoring format, given the nature of this hiring, versus our endorsement of the process and the recommendation of the chiefs and our normal conduct here at the commission. So we'll be scoring and documenting that. So make sure that you have your questions in advance, and then to me, and then we will do follow-up. Questions are always permitted based on their experience or how they answer the question, so that's certainly fair game. So any immediate discussion or input you'd like to give at this meeting today, or certainly you're willing or able to reach out to me individually?
Yeah, I'm good with what you have laid out, and I'll give it some more thought.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Okay. All right, then we'll move on. I'm not going to take any action on that one this morning. We'll go ahead and structure those final interviews and look for scheduling. We'll try to get that out as soon as possible. Some of that will be contingent on the candidate schedules, but we'll try to get that done here in the first part of May and keep this process moving. So thank you to the mayor and Tony and others who have participated in the process thus far. I think that's much appreciated that we've been able to get it down to these three excellent candidates. All right, next is the monthly presentation of the police department operations, the police operations report. Ben, you want to give us a quick update?
Yeah, I think in my email to you, Michael, I had indicated that I'm not going to give a formal update. I have, because of the time that we have today, so I gave our monthly report in the packet. So I'm happy to answer questions if you have any questions.
Any questions from the commission?
I don't have a question, but I wanted to tell you that that's the first time I've seen a report like that, and it was great. I mean, there was a lot in there, and I just some of the experiences that the police officers have, at the bars and things like that. It's like, wow, it really gave me an appreciation for what they do.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
well done.
It's a long report, and I'm trying to figure out what to take out so I can condense it, but I'm not sure what to take out, so.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoyed the report. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good.
I think it's excellent as well. I have, a couple questions for you relative to it. One is, do you share this with the department and discuss it as a command staff every
Yes.
month when you get it? Yeah, that'd be highly valuable. I mean, there's a ton of great conversation that I can imagine comes out of it.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this before, the report is actually, put together by our team. So most of our command staff have pieces of this that they put together. So they're aware of what's going on, and we put it together in a report and then discuss it, disseminate to you, to the Public Health and Safety Committee at City Council, and within the department.
That's great. And then the only other thing that I would ask you to think about, and maybe this will come from the task force, is to consider putting in just data around the use of force as a transparency type tool. Often it's going to be not a lot of information, clearly from what we've learned, but use of force statistics would be helpful, and even things around grievances or complaints might be helpful.
Sure. Yeah, the last page has information on internal investigations and citizen complaints. There aren't many there, and I can definitely look at putting together use of force data. We track that as they occur, so that probably wouldn't be very difficult to put in there.
Great. Thanks, Ben.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Interim Chief Bartek, go ahead and take us away on the Fire Department Operations Report.
Sure. Like Ben, because we had the long agenda this morning, if there's any questions about the activity report, I'd be happy to handle it. Our report will be changing. We've changed the software programs at for the start of second quarter. And so what we see out of that new software program is going to be slightly different. And so we're still in the process of deciding what that's going to look like in the end. If you've got anything that you really like to see for data coming out of a report or other areas that maybe we haven't covered in the past, please email it to me, and I'll make sure that we're trying to encompass that into the new monthly report.
Great. And then the next item, we've got some excellent news, and then I'll end the meeting with an apology to the chief here in a minute, from chief. But, okay, so why don't you go ahead and
Sure.
start us off.
So, thank you, and thanks for being here, Chief Kajawa, coming in on your off-duty day for us. So, collectively, this group, the mayor, the command staff at Wausau Fire, Local 415 President Tim Bingham and his executive board, a year ago, we nominated you for 2020 Chief of the Year. Everyone that has been privileged to work with you just admires your work so much, and we felt it was one small thing. It was an opportunity. It was an opportunity for us to lift up a member of our organization. And as you've heard me say many times, I know you hate being in the limelight and being the person being focused on, but when we lift up one member of our organization, we lift up the entire organization. And especially things when we can applaud the work that you've done for this community and the department as a total. And so when I finally took the call from Chris Garrison, which I think that the Wisconsin State Fire Chiefs presidents from last year and this year were really getting tired of me emailing and calling this commission about a monthly basis, I kind of knew I better, what's new with it this month? Well, no news was the news for a year. So it was a long time coming and a long time waiting, but they had their own reasoning, and we understand that, pandemic related. So whether the news be late or not, we're still celebrating it. And I appreciate you coming in this morning to hear congratulations from myself, Jeremy, the Police and Fire Commission, the mayor, police chief, everyone here. So congratulations on 2020 Chief of the Year.
Speech.
Tracy, you want to say anything?
I don't. I just want to thank everybody for all the support. And it's nice being here and seeing everybody, but certainly appreciate everybody's congratulations and support.
Great. Congratulations, Chief. So I was part of a scheme to try to get her here and surprise her, and when I called and made that connection, the scheme and the reaction was not very, I didn't feel good about it. And then talked to Bob and said the chief doesn't like surprises. So Bob did end up calling and letting her know that she won the award. And I really am appreciative that you came today to do this. I know this is not your thing to be recognized publicly, but really do appreciate all that you've done for the department. And thank you for the honor for us to be able to be part of it and to recognize you today. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So Tracy, were you surprised?
Yeah, I think I was surprised. Bob had mentioned on my last day that the nomination had occurred,
Oh,
which
okay.
was surprising to me.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know of that either. So Chief Bartek actually mentioned it to me. And so I guess when Bob had called me on Friday, I guess it was a surprise that, and I know, Chris, and I know a lot of the board, because I
Uh-huh.
used to be on that board, but it was, That Bob actually gave me all the communications as well that went to the nominating board, or the selection board, I guess. And, people wrote really nice things about me, so.
Well deserved.
Yeah, so it was a bit surprising, but what was written was really kind, certainly.
Yeah, great.
Thanks.
Well, what a note to retire on.
Yeah, very well desered.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I just
again.
want to know if you're bored yet.
I get to sleep till 7, but I think there's work from 7 until dusk. It's
Wow.
it's catching up on stuff, and
Yeah.
you figure out and then you move on to the next thing. And my husband helps with that too. It's like, yeah, did you get this done? Oh, did you get that done? So it's a little bit coming to an end here. We got a couple big projects coming up, but the small ones are coming to an end. So I actually got to read a little bit yesterday, because that's
Alright.
one of the things that I really want to do. So I
Yeah.
got to sit down and read for a couple hours, uninterrupted. So,
Nice.
yeah. So
Nice.
it's been busy, but it's been a good busy.
Yeah, good.
That does sound luxurious. All right,
Got all day.
Yeah.
Michael, I'll make one more comment about
Yeah.
it. The official award will be June 24th in Green Bay at the Wisconsin State Fire Chiefs Association. I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet, as far as I'm sure we're going to be able to invite anyone from Wausau that wants to come over to witness that. And so I'll be working with him. I'll get details to everyone on that. And yeah, the reason she was probably surprised on Friday, she was probably thought I was calling, the department's burning to the ground without you here. That's probably what she was thinking was going on. That's why I would have been surprised.
that's great.
Yeah.
All right, our next meeting is scheduled for May 24th, 2021, but again, we'll probably have the interviews in between now and then, so that'll be our next meeting. Could we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Thank you.
Shred them.